recap. Kamusabadi Mai. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday, True Blue Thai here from Thailand, and yeah, for instance, it's another day here in Thailand. A really beautiful sunny day, nice and calm. Looks like the bad weather is gone. The temperatures didn't go up last night. It's been quite cool, and just last night, for instance, the temperatures went straight up. You could feel the heat coming back, and before it's been cool. Anyway, so it's a bit cloudy, but still nice and sunny. Guys, hope you're doing well, for instance, and there's a couple of concerns for me at the moment, more than anything else. I want to talk about today, but I'm going to leave that until the second part of the day, for instance. But I'll just have a chat about the Euros, because it appears that the Euros finished. The second semi-final finished yesterday, and for instance, the Spanish with Leila, for instance, overcome the for instance, the Germans. And for instance, even though, for instance, the Spanish kind of overall deserves to win, again, it went down to extra time. Just before extra time, Germany had a kick, which went straight up. And the goalkeeper, the Spanish goalkeeper, was backtracking and managed to push it out. Managed to get the ball and push it out. And then she reacted on a double save, etc. Because a German lady was coming in, and then she just it was fantastic. Other than that, Germany would have been through. So, and then it went on to extra time in the 113th minute. For instance, the lovely goal from the player of the tournament, most expensive player, I believe, and she put it inside the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Germany, and so Leila Ouahabi, Spain completed a 1-0 the Euros final after their 1-0 victory over Rebecca's Knaak and Sydney Loham's Germany. In Wednesday the evening, the semi-final clash, full pack Ouahabi was an unused sub at the station La Zegron, where Spain secured their place in the competition final for the first time. That was a surprise. At the end to-end football in the opening exchanges, and saw Clara Brewery drag the ball chances wide before Esther Gonzalez chance from the Invon and Katrina Brewer on the 21st minute. Spain had much of the possession, but Knaak's Germany was well organised, typical German. So for instance, I won't go through all the thing. City's latest summer signing, Sydney Lohmann, also featured for Germany when she was replaced for Sophie Kasenheimer on the 97th minute. The midfielder, proven to be a bright spark in her nation, pushed for the late dramatic equaliser, but the 8th-time European Championship winners couldn't get past the tireless Spanish opponents. Spain will face England in the showpiece occasion at 5 o'clock UK time, which is 11 o'clock my time, which is excellent, on Sunday the 27th of July, while with coverage available at so wonderful. So welcome, well done, Leila. Sorry for Rebecca and Sydney, but you're on your way back to the Etihad, 2 duels, and well done to Spain, and sorry, my commiserations to Sydney. And Rebecca played really, really well. Rebecca throughout the entire tournament, by the looks of it. City news, the male news, the men, going back on to the men. Well, again, there was it is the plus and the minus. Who you believe, who you don't. What is, and again, I think things will sort themselves out next week. When the players come back over the next couple of weeks, I think Man City fans need to calm down, and I just want to sit there, and before I read the news, etc., I just want to sit there, and because I can't believe what I'm reading on looking online at the moment, and it's either the left camp or the right camp. So, for instance, who you're going to believe? I listened to New York Gok yesterday, for instance. Normally a very good, does a very good video, very funny. But he was, my God, his ball smash yesterday. And all he was complaining about Man City, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He was complaining, and I'm like, Mike, where's this come from? And this is not like this guy. And he was complaining about what Arsenal are doing, what Chelsea are doing, what Liverpool are doing. I was like, what? Unbelievable. And for instance, and then I listened to another City got a fan back, but he was very on the opposite side. He was on my side, saying we need just to relax, just take it easy. We always expected, and Johnny from Typical City always saying the same thing. We always expected them to other teams to sign players. And and again, for instance, this I think because Manchester City signed a load of players in January, which for instance, and then for instance, which basically got us top third. Even though some of the players didn't play or anything, but at least it was we knew about the transition when he's coming, etc. And we're still in that transition. We're still in that change around of players. Then we've signed just before the World Cup 5 players. For instance, we include the goalkeeper. So, for instance, we got those players, and all I could see was on the internet was Alice Talks Football, was Sadi, whatever his name is, Side TV, so 12th Man, Talking Football, blah blah blah, the Stretford Paddock. They're all complaining about Man City's signings and who they're signing. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, and City fans were quite happy, and we went off to the Club World Cup. And then we come back, etc., for instance, and we've gone on holiday. The teams now, those teams, for instance, who, the rest of the teams are coming back and now they're going on their pre-season. But they're getting the signings over the line. Now, the mere fact that, apart from Liverpool, if you just take them out of the equation, the rest of the teams, Chelsea were doing bits and pieces anyway, like City were doing, and then the rest of the teams, etc., were kind of signing players. Now, Arsenal, for instance, who probably are one of our rivals, for instance, have just managed to get Gorkridge over the line. They've just signed another couple of players, and everybody's going absolutely, how Arsenal, the favourites, one of the favourites now. Yeah, for instance, over City, but it's like, for instance, I can't believe City fans are going this way, thinking that, for instance, Gorkridge, yes, he was a great player in the Portuguese league. How is he going to find it? The Arsenal we've been saying that Arsenal need a striker. They finally found a striker. Is Gorkridge the one? Just because he scored a lot of goals, is he going to, and they are good signings what Arsenal have done, but I won't actually go throw my toys at the pram about. I won't go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what's happening with City? And the problem is with City fans at the moment, they've got too many short memories. And and how basically was to go brought it all back and the way we went out, and so for instance there's a certain degree of, just because they're signing players, we've got to do the same thing. We've got to match what they're doing, and I don't think we should. To me, I think we've done very well in our signings. We've done very well, for instance, in to me, strike force, boom, done and dusted, ticked off. The left backs, right backs, to me it was not right backs, sorry. The wingers. Happy with them, the way their progression. Let's see how it goes. Could they be better? Absolutely. But at the moment, etc., we're sorted with that. Tick. Midfield, perfect. We've got a load of midfielders now. Too many at the moment, etc. For instance, and so we need to get rid of a few. But I'm sure it'll be done. Over the next few weeks, or things will be ticked off. So tick. The only problem is we've got goalkeepers to sort out. But I expect Trafford now, because I believe from what I read here, Man City are in advanced talks to sign James Trafford. So I'm expecting him to come, regardless of what's happening with Eddie and Ortega. So, because again, there's mixed messages. But I do believe he'll be a Man City player. So, for instance, I know we now need the right back situation sorting out. So, but apart from that, once again, Man City are sorted for the season as far as I'm concerned. We're okay. We've got players in terms of Denford yet. We've got too many players at the moment. And, for instance, but we've also got to see how the rest of them are doing. And, for instance, just because Liverpool are, with our outstanding signings, they weren't great last season. They won the league because they had no competition. But they weren't great last season, Liverpool. and for instance, they finished off quite sluggish, really. Now they brought in a good few good players. Yes, granted, on paper looks amazing, whatever. But let's see how it works out. Is Salah going to have another great, amazing season? Is for instance, how Vert's going to stay? Is he going to be all right with the price tag? There's a lot of questions Liverpool can answer. For instance, ask. But so I wouldn't absolutely go crazy about what's happening at the moment, etc. I would say Man City are to go from what was realistic when I say listened to the South Stand, what's it called? And they said for Man City to go from where we finished yesterday was third, but to where we were. For instance, the way and how many games we lost this season, to go and be an out-and-out winner of the Premier League, etc., the actual favourites. No, you've always got to say Liverpool, but to say that Man City or other teams are taking over, I don't think so. And to me, I still think it's between City and Liverpool, and regardless of what Arsenal are doing, I just don't think we are. I think they got a good couple of players, but again, it's Arsenal. This is what they do, unless they're going to do something different. I was listening to Alice talk football before, and she was doing her, where they're going to finish, where teams are going to finish, prediction for the season, and she was United 10th, 8th, 7th, 10th, whatever. And this is it, because she's trying to use a heart. Saying, for instance, United fan, they're going to be a better team. They're going to be a better team. And for the last 10 goddamn years, people have been people saying, United's going to be better. The United's going to be played better. They're going to be better. But they don't seem to be getting worse. And the mere fact that just because Arsenal signed a few players, which yes they need in these positions, but for instance, does it mean automatically that they're going to be better than Man City or going to win the Premier League? There's going to be a lot of Southerners. There's going to be a lot of talk crap. There's going to be a lot of who also had Arsenal to win. Isn't Simon Jordan? God knows how many other people said, I expect Arsenal will win the Premier League. And guess what? They didn't. Okay, so for instance, so what's changed? They got a couple of players. They got a position, but I think it was, they were saying, all they need is the number 9 tick, that's it, done. No, I don't think so. I think there was more to it. And again, I think it's the mentality with Arsenal. And I just don't, I think they're in a big game, etc. They crumble. So for instance, unless for instance, something happens differently this season, I can't see anything different. So, and I do believe that Manchester City will get it right, and I just believe, for instance, we've got to wait until the players come back, and then we'll get. I think things will we'll start find out who's going to be leaving as far as goalkeepers are concerned, and for instance, if we ever do get a right back, and how is it going to work there? For instance, is Kuzinov? Is going to get Jed Spence in? Are we going to get? For instance, because we need homegrown players, who's got to go. But I just think a lot of City fans need to calm down. I was really surprised when New York got kicking off, and but I was so happy. A few other City fans and typical City fans were saying, just calm down. Don't care what bloody Liverpool are doing. They're hypocrites anyway. As typical City said, they are hypocrites. They've been bitching and whining about how much money Man City is spending. We can't keep with Man City, and they're passing 300 million. But I just think, for instance, City fans need to calm down and just get a bit of backbone. So it appears that, for instance, now that Edison, for instance, Galatasaray are there was 2 reports. One saying that Edison, for instance, Man City are quite willing to keep Edison now, as for instance, there's no really a bid from by Galatasaray. Then you go a bit further down the page. Reports in Turkey claim representatives Edison have flown to Istanbul to intensify negotiations with Galatasaray. Again, this is Turkish. This is Turkish thing. So what's it called? Crunch talks about the price, 10 million. Do I think Edison will go? I do believe he will. I don't whether that we'll lose to Ortega. I don't know, but we'll see. It's going to be a tricky one, the goalkeeping situation, and it really is. So I don't think James Trafford will come to Man City if he's going to be playing as number 2. I don't. If he has a chance between him and either Edison or Taker to fight for number 1, but I think Jason. I think we've got to resign ourselves to say James Trafford will be our number 1 goalkeeper, and whatever's going to happen with the other 2, we don't know. We're not too sure. Morgan Gibbs White, Man City have finally entered their interest in Morgan Gibbs White. No surprise. I think all that crap was coming out of Forest rather than actually City. Anything else? Jason McAtee appears that even though I prefer what's it called him for his own future to go to Germany, he wants to stay in England. But that means that Man City can ask for more money, because he wants 40 odd million now for him. Whether we'll get that, doubt it. But for instance, Forest are probably the favourites. But you never know. So, but there's still quite a few. But I still think he should go to Dortmund or Eintracht Frankfurt, which are interested in him. This guy from Barcelona, for instance, what's your name again? For instance, I just think he's. I think, for instance, he's basically, for instance, he's just aiming for a. I think it's him, and for instance, just basically. Kind of, I think he just wants a better contract at Barcelona, for instance. So I really don't see him coming to Manchester City in any way whatsoever. I just think he's what's your name again? Jules Koundé, for instance. Yeah, but I just find that not an offer. It appears that Sven Nypan has got about 8 offers at the moment, for instance, where he's going to be very highly in demand by teams. So so good luck. So he's going to pick and choose. I think he was talking to his father, and it appears that, for instance, he wants a league which is above the Norwegian league for his development. So but it's got a lot of interests. This young lad, etc., for instance, who's joined City from Philadelphia Union, for instance, is going to stay in the first team, which is going to first part of the Man City, the training base, and then he's going to go back to America. Carden Sullivan, is it? So for instance, welcome to you. Another starlet, which Man City have picked up. So, interesting Stefano Ortega has now been denied. So again, Real Madrid, they want Rodri. Rodri's going nowhere. But according to the people are saying now Manchester City are trying to get Rodri on a new contract to end it all. But I believe that was always going to be the case, and he was never going to go anywhere, as far as I was concerned. For him, Turkey, there's a £10 million agreed with Edison. I don't think it has been in any way whatsoever. Appears that Man City are going to get this Mbeumo, for instance, going to United, Brian Mbeumo transfer. It appears that Man City are going to get a bit of a cash boost. So we're going to get some better money from him, because it was of a selling course. Man City had, so Man City are going to get a couple of million for him. So Man United are paying us money. No news. Yes, there was a bit more news, but So, but again, it's what you believe. It's who you believe regarding the players. City Football Group, Astea Troy are set to earn 9.4 million. 9.4 million euros from Brian Mbeumo, £8 million. Moved to Manchester City for Brentford, 7.4 million on a sell-on course. Which is excellent. This was interesting yesterday. A guy actually posted this, and I thought this is right. The Premier League panicked in 2023 and rushed out the 115 charges against Manchester City in a bid to show it is capable of policing English football. It didn't work. as now they have a regulator, and I do believe that's true. I believe this is the reason why this 115 came out in the first place, and his ego, Master Dick Master, his ego has come into it as well, you know. And but I think it was the Red Cartel trying to get rid of Manchester City once and for all, trying to kill two birds with one stone, and trying to show the to the Premier League, the government, they don't need an independent regulator, but now they've got an independent regulator, and Man City is going to win the 115. So in my feeling, so yeah, yeah, so yeah, I don't, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, on Rodri, I don't know, I don't why you think that I would want to play with people that disrespected me on one of my biggest days of my life. They can't buy me. They can't buy me for, you know, and that was Rodri coming out and saying he's a blue. He was actually going to love you and leave a true blue tie from Thailand. I hope you have a good day. Take care. I'll speak to you tomorrow.